What's up guys? In today's video I'll be talking about meal prepping. Now if you don't know what meal prepping is or you've never meal prepped before, then unfortunately you are stuck a little far behind, and this is something you need to get onto and start doing straight away. Prepping your meals is very important when it comes to getting in shape. Whether you want to build muscle or drop fat or anything in life you want to be successful at, you need to have a plan. I know it is basic, boring advice, but if you don't do it, the chances of you failing are going to be so much higher. Now don't get me wrong, if you fail it's not always a bad thing. You can fix those mistakes and do it better next time. However, if you plan ahead, look into something before you start doing it, know exactly what it is going to take to be successful at what you're about to do, not only do you learn faster, but the chances of you being successful are going to be so much higher. If you can stop mistakes from happening before they occur, obviously this is a really good outcome, and meal prepping definitely fits into this situation. When we are dieting to get into good shape, we eat good clean food 7 days a week. Whether it is building muscle or dropping body fat, the same principle applies. Then we have one cheat meal on top of that as a reward for our hard week's work. So for a male you should be eating anywhere from 6 to 8 meals per day, and for a female you should be eating anywhere from 4 to 6 meals per day. The reason we need to eat so frequently is because eating frequently is the one and only way to increase the speed of your metabolism, which allows your body to drop fat faster and absorb more of the nutrients from the good quality foods that you are eating. So if you are eating, let's say, 7 times per day, 7 days per week, that equals to a total of 49 meals. How the hell are you going to consume 49 meals in a week without taking takeaway or snacking on junk food, or basically just taking the easy way out? There's a very simple answer to all this, and that is to prepare your meals in advance and to make sure you have them on hand wherever you go. The key to being successful in dieting is to make sure you have all your food on hand ready to eat whenever you need to eat it. If you don't have your meals with you, you are going to get very hungry. And I know when I personally get hungry, I do get a little bit moody, and all I want to do is I just want to eat something bad. If you go to work and you don't have any lunch, it is highly likely that you are going to have to go purchase something to eat to get you by until you get home. And it is also highly likely you are not going to be able to find something super healthy. So you will end up eating something that's not that great. If you do this multiple times per week, every single week, you're not going to see any progress at all with all the training you're doing. You need to have your meals cooked, ready to go, and with you all the time, so you don't have to give in to temptation and you can stay strict with your diet. So of my 7 meals per day, 1 is breakfast, which I make on a daily basis. 1 is my post-workout shake, which I also make on a daily basis. 1 is dinner, which I also make most of the time on a daily basis. 1 is my before bed meal, which is a casein shake with either Greek yogurt or peanut butter, which I also make on a daily basis. So really at the end of the day, I would say majority of you, me as well, will only need to prep for 3 meals per day. Breakfast is easy. You can make that on the go every morning before work. Just put it in the blender and away you go. Post-workout shake is very simple as well. I do not prep my dinner every single day, but you can meal prep your dinner, which is a great idea as well if you don't have time to make dinner every day. That can be included as part of the meal prep. And also your before bed shake with either peanut butter or Greek yogurt only takes 30 seconds to prepare, so it's very easy as well. So really it is either going to be 3 or 4 meals depending on whether or not you decide to prep your dinner, that you need to have there ready for you to eat on a daily basis. So what I do for my meal prep, I cook every Sunday and every Wednesday. Sunday I cook my meals for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. And on Wednesday I cook my meals for Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I find cooking twice per week as opposed to once per week is a lot more effective and also a lot more enjoyable, as you never need to freeze your food and the food is never going to go off. On Sunday, you are cooking for 3 days in advance, and on Wednesday, you are cooking for 4 days in advance. You can cook once per week and freeze the meals if you are really finding it hard to get the time to cook. But I do recommend doing it twice per week as part of your weekly routine. Yes, it can be a massive pain in the ass and it is a little time consuming, but if it were easy, everyone would be ripped and looking good like the Spartans of the day. I like to cook on Sunday and Wednesday because that best suits my life. However, you can do Monday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday, whatever works for you. It doesn't really matter. Whatever is going to fit into your life and be most beneficial to you and is going to be the most realistic in your situation, where you are most likely to do it consistently without missing it, is going to be the best scenario for you. There is no right or wrong on this. Just get it done and get those meals in. So on Sunday, I cooked 9 meals for me. Just for the sake of being able to explain this to you a lot easier, I'm just going to use me as an example and explain how to meal prep for one person, because the math is a lot easier to understand. 2 is very easy as well, but I just want to make sure you understand this properly. So on Sunday, we meal prep 9 meals for me. I will be having 3 meals a day over the next 3 days. So in my diet, I have 200 grams of uncooked lean meat in all 3 meals. Lean meat being chicken, turkey, tuna, whitefish, or lean mince. I like to mix it up because you don't want to get bored. In the bodybuilding world, whenever you give someone a diet, it is just basically a universal rule that stays pretty consistent, and that is that all food is weighed uncooked. The reason we weigh everything uncooked is because nutrition data on the label of almost all foods is usually the raw weight, and that is the best and most accurate to use because cooked weight varies depending on how long you cook the food for. The longer you cook something, the more water it is going to lose. So everything is always weighed uncooked because it is more accurate reading and you're going to get more consistent. So if I'm having 200 grams of uncooked chicken, let's say, in 3 meals, that equals 600 grams of uncooked chicken per day. If I am cooking for 3 days in advance, 600 grams times 3 days is 1.8 kilograms of uncooked chicken. So when you go to the chicken shop or wherever it is you get your chicken from, you order 1.8 kilograms of raw chicken and you take that home ready to cook up, and that is going to last you 3 days. If it were 4 days, you would buy 2.4 kilograms of chicken. You just add another 600 grams. Does that make sense? So when it comes time to cook, you cook all 1.8 kilograms at once, cut it up into little pieces, put some nice spices over it, make it all pretty, do whatever you need to make it taste a little better. Once it is all cooked, you divide the amount of chicken by 9, because we are cooking for 9 meals, and put it all in separate containers. I don't know what the cooked weights are. It doesn't matter. I always weigh it uncooked, so raw. If you divide the end amount of cooked chicken equally by 9, you're obviously going to have a pretty close to 200 grams of chicken in each container. You do the same thing with, let's say, sweet potato. If you are having 300 grams of uncooked sweet potato over 6 meals, you will purchase 1.8 kilograms of sweet potato. Cook it all up and divide it by 6. You do the same thing with white rice. If you are having 100 grams of white rice over 3 meals, you get 300 grams of uncooked white rice. Cook it all up and divide the end quantity by 3. Put it into 3 separate containers. I personally don't really weigh my greens. I just go with the theory, the more the merrier. To be honest, I love my greens. The vitamins and minerals you get from all vegetables actually play a huge part in the recovery of a muscle and in your day-to-day energy levels and your overall health as well. So I try to eat as much of them as I possibly can. You can cook your chicken, you cook your sweet potato, you cook your rice, you put all the divided amounts into separate containers, and you have 3 meals a day for the next 3 days, ready to be eaten wherever you are, whenever you may need them. This is a very effective method and is more important than you can imagine. When it comes to seeing results in the gym, if you have your food with you at at all times and you still cheat your diet, well, this is just not acceptable, and that is just pure laziness and pure lack of willpower. There is no excuse for this, guys. Cook your meals, be organised and plan ahead. We don't spend hours in the gym, money on food and supplements to get average results. Put in the work, get the good food into you, and do things properly. This is just part of the process. Meal prepping is very easy. It just takes a little time. But I promise you, if you just suck it up and do it for 3 or 4 weeks and get all your workouts done, you will get instantly hooked on the results you're getting, and it will become part of your day-to-day life. You just need to make it part of your routine and try your best to get used to it. I just quickly want to go over 2 things because I think they are relevant, and I want to reinforce this to you because I believe it makes a big difference. In my meal prep, you would have heard me say 6 meals of chicken and sweet potato over 3 days, and 3 meals of chicken and white rice over 3 days. You may be thinking, why wouldn't he just do all sweet potato meals and not worry about cooking the white rice, as it is just creating more work for yourself when meal prepping? Sweet potato is a low GI carbohydrate, and we eat sweet potato throughout the day for our pre-workout meal. Low GI carbs give you sustained release of energy with very little to no insulin spike, and is the perfect meal to have before your workout. I have my white rice meal, which is a high GI carbohydrate post-workout, because it spikes insulin and shuttles nutrients straight into the muscles. This is going to help repair and rebuild and grow them a lot faster. So even though it is a little more work having to cook another type of carb, I'm a big believer in nutrient timing and the effect it has on your body. I always like to get it right. I always want to be doing literally every little thing I can to get the best results possible. Who cares what people think when they see you walking around with your little bag or esky or whatever full of your prep meals? Some people will look at you funny. Some people will probably bag you out and try to put you down, because unfortunately that's what people do. You know, they like to do that sort of stuff. They like to put you down because it makes them feel a bit better about not doing what they need to be doing. But at the end of the day, you are the one getting into shape. You are the one being a good role model. You are the one who has better dedication. And the only time someone will ever put you down is if they are jealous. You should never feel the need to put someone down. Always bring people up. Make their day better. Karma is a real thing. It does exist. Who cares what people think? If you are passionate about something and it means a lot to you, just do whatever you need to do and be proud of it. Don't change for anyone, guys. Don't live to impress other people. And as long as you have your family, a few close friends, and your health, do whatever makes you happy. I don't really think meal prepping will make you happy in the moment. I'm sure it will annoy the shit out of you at times, but I promise you, do it for 16 weeks, nail your training, nail your cardio, and you'll be doing it for the rest of your life.